Okay, hopefully you guys can see me. I finally got this down packed, so be proud of your girl, because it was like really, really horrible last time because I couldn't get the sound to work, but now I finally got it together. So I'm super proud of myself for doing this. Okay, so let me move this over. I want to wait a little bit for a couple of people to get in here. Hi, Julia. Nikki. Okay. So hopefully you can hear me. I am going to light some sage. So if you do see some smoke, do not be alarmed. It's just sage. But I'm going to wait for a couple of people to come into the chat. I'm super excited about this topic because there's this group that I'm on Facebook, and a lot of people were asking a lot of questions about this particular topic, and I wanted to just inform just a couple of people about my experience, and also give out some information, because there is a lot of information out there, but it's not the right information. So I wanted to go on live just to tell people a little bit about how to heal astral projection and also past life traumas. Hi, Dominique. I finally got the live together because last time you guys could not hear me, so I kind of like played with it a little bit. Now I know how to get on live now, but I did want to go on live because the last live, if you did not watch my last live, I did save it so you guys can go watch it. It's about past life. It's about karmics, soul ties, and twin flames. So please go watch that video, because that video was like, I'm proud of that video because like we kind of like went into depth about different types of relationships, and also like we were throwing a little bit of shade. I'm not even gonna lie, we were throwing a little bit of shade, but I loved it because I felt like I kind of helped people, and also people who have gotten readings from me were also in that live. So they were talking a little bit of their experience with me giving them a reading. So I loved that. So thank you to, I'm gonna shout her out, Alexandra, who came in my live and was like, do I believe in karma? I do believe in karma. I believe there's good karma, and I believe there's bad karma. People like to think that karma is bad, as in like if someone does something to you, they're going to get their karma. But karma can be good as well. Like you can have good karma from your past life. If you have past life debt and you kind of repaid that debt back then, you can have good karma in this lifetime. I believe that. You don't have to believe that, but that's just what I believe. But I've done a lot of research on it, and I've done a lot of research on twin flames because I do have a twin flame. So I've done a lot of research on that. But yeah, I do believe that there's karma, but there could be a good karma and a bad karma. Do not be alarmed. If you guys see smoke, it's just my sage and my Palo Santo. So I'm just trying to clear the energy because today was a long day. And I'm also going to leave a link if you guys want to shop at my website. If you guys do want to get a reading from me, I will leave everything down below in the description box so you guys can go ahead and reach out to me there. Also, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I do go live on my Instagram, and I do go on live with also other intuitive readers, mediums, and psychics, and we do have a live discussion on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's going to be Instagram.com, obviously, Cynthia_Roy. And I'll leave that in the description as well now, because I will forget, like I forgot last time to add something. So I'm going to add it now so you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Yes, Brittany, you finally made it to the live. You missed the last live, so I'm glad that you're at this live because you missed the other live. I'm like, girl, what happened? I'm glad you made this live, though. I'm also going to leave my business Instagram, too. If you guys want to shop with me, you guys can shop with me there as well. Yes, I believe in that wholeheartedly, and it makes sense. Yeah, I believe like there's good karma and there's bad karma. I just believe that people think that the karma that you guys are referring to is what you reap is what you sow type of karma. But there is another type of karma where like you paid your karma off in another lifetime, and then in this current lifetime you get good karma. So yeah. But I am going to delve into some of the topics that we are talking about today. I do get this question a lot when I do my readings on people. They always ask me, like, how do I heal? Like, you're saying that I need to heal, but how do I heal? And hold on. I have a twin flame who I feel is actually just a karmic connection. Is it easy to confuse the two? I have had a reading tell me my person is my twin flame, but I feel like he's so toxic to me. Is it easy to confuse the two? Yes, it is extremely easy to confuse the two. I actually did that as well. You can confuse your twin flame or a karmic with the other. How it all depends, because it depends if the karmic connection is positive, not positive. If it's good karma or bad karma, because like I said before, I do believe that you can have a good karmic relationship and a bad karmic relationship. That's my brother, y'all. But so I feel like you can have a relationship with someone and then it could be a good karmic. For example, a good karmic relationship is a relationship where you're in the relationship, but it's lacking something. It can be in codependency. It can be because you're staying because of stability financially, or just like this person stabilizes you, so that's the only thing that's holding the relationship together. Or you can be with this person or that person could be with you and they're sucking out all the resources, as in financially, energetically, emotionally, and mentally. So I do believe that that is not such of a good karmic, but that is part of a karmic relationship. A bad karmic relationship is someone who abuses you emotionally, physically, and mentally. Someone who is someone that is manipulative, someone that's an energy vampire, someone that is controlling and manipulative. That's a bad karmic relationship. It just all depends on the dynamic of the relationship. A twin flame connection. If you didn't see the last live, please go watch the last live, because the twin flame connection is different than a karmic relationship. I feel like the universe is in a perfect synchronicity because I have already karmas in past lives. And it's true. I feel like a twin flame connection. I mean, we're getting off topic, but let's just keep the conversation going. But a twin flame connection is a connection that is telepathic, a communication that is like there doesn't need to be any words spoken between you two. Like you guys are always on the same page. Someone that feels you, whether you're in or out of the room, whether you're across the country or whether you're in the same city as that person. Someone that gets you. The telepathic communication is so strong that you could be thinking about this person and this person will pick up and call you. That's how strong the telepathic bond is between you and your twin flame. Unfortunately, a twin flame, there's always going to be a runner and a chaser. Someone's going to be forever chasing somebody who's not ready for the commitment or ready for the connection because they're afraid of the connection. The connection is too deep. The connection is too raw. The connection is too... It's something that you can't explain, but you feel it so deeply. And sometimes that can scare someone. And they'll do anything in their possible way to try and push you away, and you become the chaser. And unfortunately that happened to me. I was a chaser and I stopped chasing last year. Like I moved on. Like I'm in a completely different mind state with my twin flame. I'm not in connection with my twin flame. I don't think I want to be, because I feel like it's draining. It really is draining, you guys. It's the twin flame connection is not an easy connection. It's not roses and fairies. It's really hard. It takes a toll on me emotionally, and I can't be in that mindset. How do I get your twin flame back? Okay. I always tell people who are in twin flame connections, I had to learn this, so I need to practice what I preach. And I am. I am practicing what I preach. You need to work on yourself. Like I said, a twin flame is the other half of your soul. So if you continue to work on your soul growth and you continue to work internally, and I'm not talking about just externally, like we know we all have to work out to stay in shape and be the best of ourselves. But if you work with yourself internally, as in you're doing the self-healing, you're doing the soul growth, you're doing all of the things to elevate yourself spiritually, that twin flame will come back. I bet on it. It's supposed to be easy to act as a mirror. Yes, your twin flame is a mirror of yourself. They reflect. If you're mad at your twin flame and you're not talking to your twin flame, they're going to reflect everything that you do. So say if I'm with my twin flame and I'm ignoring him, he's going to do the same thing. It's a direct reflection of yourself. And twin flames is a direct reflection of things that you're afraid of, like subconsciously, like rejection, fear, self-sabotage, just that's a direct reflection of things that you fear. The twin flames are supposed to be easy. They act as a mirror to the spirit so we can heal. Exactly. And I are not. Oh, okay. Are not supposed to be easy. Yeah, they're not supposed to be easy. My twin flame experience is not easy, and to this day, it's not easy. I don't struggle like I used to. I feel like I'm getting better. I feel like I'm healing myself, and I feel like once you heal yourself, you'll be able to navigate yourself spiritually, like with your twin flame, because that connection is never gonna go away. It's never gonna go away. You will always have a connection with that person. It doesn't matter if that person's across the world, that person is down the street. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you will ever, forever feel this telepathic communication. I still feel it. Like, I still feel it. And I'm sure he feels it as well. But if I do want to say this, if you're in a toxic relationship, please get out. Like, life is too short for you to be in a toxic relationship where someone is just abusing you mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Yes, someone can attack you spiritually. Please leave. Like, we ain't got time for that. 2019, 2020, we're leveling up. We're leveling up. So I do want to get back on. Well, we kind of went on a tangent, but you know what? We're just gonna freestyle it tonight. Yeah, my twin flame is with someone else. He's with his karmic. Well, Brittany, you already know that because you live across the street from me, so you already know that. You're my best friend. I've known you since middle school. But yeah, I always get this question when I'll give readings to people, and they always ask me, like, oh, how do I heal? Because I'm such in a dark spot and I need to heal. I don't know how to heal. Show me how to heal. And I always tell people that a step to learning how to heal is self-awareness, knowing that there is an issue within you, spiritually, mentally, physically, or spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and wanting to cultivate that change. So if you are self-aware and you know that I have a problem and I need to heal, that is the first step. The first step is knowing that you need to heal. The second step is what I did, and maybe it can help someone out there, is for you to actually meditate. I stressed this a lot in the last live, and I'm going to stress it in this live. Like, meditating is... I love meditating. It's like my time and my space for just me. It's just me, myself. I don't think about anybody else. It's just my time. And I feel like we don't have that because we're too busy thinking about the mundane world. We're thinking about getting this money. We're thinking about paying these bills. We're thinking about taking care of these kids, mortgage. Like, these are the type of things that we think about all the time, and we don't have a time for us to just sit and just clear our minds and just be at peace with ourselves. That's one key thing that people don't seem to do, is like be at peace with yourself. Like, we're always constantly thinking. Even in my sleep, I am guilty of it. Even in my sleep, I'm thinking about my next move, and it's so crazy because, like, that's such a mundane way of thinking that I do believe that on earth we're so busy trying to get to the next level, but if we were in a spiritual realm, that would not exist. Like, that would not exist. We would not be thinking about how to get this money, how to like stay afloat in society. I feel like if we were in a spiritual realm, we would just be thinking about elevating our soul and soul elevation. And I found like it's just like catch 22. Like we're on earth and we have to think about these things because we have to survive. But if we were in a spiritual plane or a spiritual realm, like that would be the last thing on our mind. So I think like that's kind of like a trip for me, like a catch 22. But unfortunately, that's what we have to do. We got to get this money. I'm already thinking about 2020. I'm not even thinking about 2019. My mind is already 2020. I'm currently working on past life regression, trying to my family's generation nonsense. And you might have like some generational trauma. I do believe in that. It might not just be you particularly have a trauma, but it can be a generational trauma. But I feel like if you heal yourself and you work with yourself in this lifetime, then your next lifetime will be a lot more smoother. It might not be, but I'm just saying what I believe is that if you work on yourself and your soul growth in this lifetime, I feel like life would be a lot more smoother going into the next lifetime because you've learned so much in this lifetime that you won't come into the next lifetime with a lot more debt. Because essentially we come to this earth, like I said before in the last live, please watch the last live. I feel like we come on earth. Think of earth as school. We come here to learn on earth. We come here to learn soul growth. We come here to learn ascension. We come here to learn about ourselves. That's what I think earth is. Earth is a place where we come to learn on ourselves how to be self-sufficient, how to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually aligned. I feel like earth is school. And once you pass a certain phase in your life, like that's a test. So I think of a phase as a test. So once I'm in a phase with a particular person and it's a bad phase and I get out of that phase and I successfully left that phase, that means to me I passed that test. I feel like life is a test. That's what I feel. I feel like whenever I'm in a rough patch, I think like this is a lesson. What am I learning within this lesson? Like there's clearly something that I have to learn in this rough patch because I am in this rough patch. So what am I going to learn about this? So once I completely successfully get out of that rough patch, that's to me a check mark on like mentally in my head. That's a check mark. I passed that test. Now I'm going on to the next test. That's how I see life. Like, that's how I see school, which is earth. That's how I see life. Like, you don't have to agree with me, but that's just how I see it. I believe that wholeheartedly as well. Hindi religion, it talks about lessons you didn't learn previously. Exactly. But in your words, we have to balance. We have to balance, Brittany. I talk to you about that all the time. Like, I feel like you not healing or being open or like being open to healing is just being comfortable. And I feel like people tend to be in situations with people or just in life because they're comfortable, like they're stagnant. And I feel like in life it's about progression. You can't stay in the same spot. You can't stay in the same situation because your soul is not going to be able to grow. And that's what we come to earth to learn and to do, to like elevate our soul so that in the next lifetime will be a lot. I mean 10 times better ahead of the last lifetime. So I agree with that. Like that's why I like in this lifetime I'm trying to learn as much as possible about soul growth, about different practices, religions, and just different like things to elevate my soul, because I feel like in my next lifetime I just want to be 10 times better as a person. Oh, hey, Michaela. I had to come to Texas to see you. I love Texas. But I feel like healing and meditation go hand in hand because it just gives you a place for you to just be one and sit with yourself and just, I feel like I've gotten so much spiritual downloads while meditating. And when I mean spiritual downloads, it's just like information the spiritual realm that I would never get just going day by day here on earth. I feel like meditating has helped me stay balanced. It's just helped me stay aligned. I feel like my headspace is just a lot more clear. I just believe that meditating is a key component in my life. Do you believe that you will go through the same things over and over again until you heal? And yep, I'm a living testament of it with my twin flame. We were doing the same things over and over and over again, and there was no progression. Like, we were just stuck in a revolving cycle, and I finally broke that cycle last year. Having a bad mother will force you to become a better mother. You probably, the relationship with your mom, well, let's use this as an example. You having a bad mother and to become a better mother, that's probably because your mother, the relationship between the mother and the daughter is karmic. You guys have some past life debt to each other, and that's why you guys are mother and child. Like, for example, in the past life between mother and child, one of you probably unexpectedly died, and you guys do have some karma or some debt. And that's probably why they either fear or resent each other, because subconsciously you don't know this, but in your past life, someone probably, your mother or you probably died unexpectedly, or you guys were ripped out of each other's lives unexpectedly, or some type of trauma happened in your past life. And in this lifetime, this current lifetime, that's why there's a dynamic between the two, because subconsciously there's a trauma that you guys don't even subconsciously know. That's what I believe. Yeah, I gotta agree with me. That's what I believe. That's my grandma and my mom. They go through hit heavy, but I swear they're easy. Yeah, it's karmic. There's some past life traumas between them two that they haven't resolved. It has to be resolved, and if it's not resolved in this lifetime, it'll continue to happen until it's resolved between the two. I believe that wholeheartedly. Like, if it doesn't get resolved in this lifetime, it'll keep coming up in the next lifetime, the next lifetime, until it's completely, ultimately resolved. And that's part of their soul growth. That's how their soul is going to evolve, by them figuring out that karma. I'm sorry, guys. I'm lighting sage. Like, if you see smoke, don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. But yeah, I believe in that. But I do believe that if you do heal yourself, you'll be able to be more of assistance to those around you. That's why I always stress healing, like stress healing. I mean, I am a living testament. I do Reiki. I deal with people who are in, like, energetically just in bad situations, and I get it. It's hard. It's not easy. It's really heavy. But this is why we come to Earth, to learn, so that we can deal with these things, so we don't have to bring it to the next lifetime. My relationship with my father is horrible. I always thought it's just because his father was horrible to him. Me too. But there's probably because there's this trauma, but there's a trauma there that you don't know anything about. People, like, past life trauma is real. Like, childhood trauma is real. Like, Dolores Cannon? No, but I'm gonna go ahead and YouTube that. YouTube that. Yeah, karmic. I wholeheartedly believe in karmic debt. Like, I believe in that. I believe that you can have karmic debt to someone. I do believe that if someone is involved with someone and it's just like heavy energy, and it's just like, you have karma with that person. There's a reason why that person's in your life. You have to learn from that. I feel like whenever I'm in a bad situation, I'm like, I never say, why am I in this situation? I always say, how can I learn from the situation? You know what I mean? It's a lesson. You have to, like, learn from it. There's a reason why you're going through it. You're not going through it because you can't handle it. You're going through it because you can handle it. Like, they always say God won't give you something that you can't handle. It's true. It's definitely true. So is the universe. The universe is not going to give you something that you can't handle. We're so much alike. This actually makes sense. Oh, thank you, boo. Thank you. I love like-minded individuals. Like, I'm so passionate like about these type of topics, clearly, because I'm going live about them. But I'm just a passionate person in general. Like, anything I do or just talk about, I'm just really passionate about it. That's just how I am. I'm just a passionate person. This actually makes sense. Yeah. But I also wanted to, okay, so we talked about healing a little bit. I don't know if you guys have any questions about healing, because I really want to tell you guys a little bit about my astral projection story. If you guys want to like hear about it, obviously, but like just briefly talk about it, because I've done it once and I refuse to ever do it again. I actually told my spirit guides, don't ever let me do that again. Don't ever let me do that again. Like, no, I do not want to astral project again. I am done. Thank you, spirit. Okay, so I will tell you guys about my astral projection experience. I actually was at work and I was going through Instagram and I saw something about my twin flame and his karmic. And I don't know what happened, but I just closed. I guess I went into a meditative state, and I closed my eyes, and I literally felt myself leave my body, like literally leave myself. Like I saw myself like meditating, and it was really, like really dark. Where I don't know where I clearly my mind was gone, like went somewhere. But it's really dark, and I met up with my twin flame. Which is weird. I did meet up with my twin flame, and we did have a conversation. And I told him, I said, I can't take this anymore. I'm not gonna cry. Hell no, I'm gonna cry. I said, I can't take this anymore. And he stayed quiet, and I said, I'm not gonna cry. Every time I feel like I come alive, I cry. I am not gonna cry. And I told him, I said, I can't take this anymore, and I'm just gonna move, like I'm just gonna move on, like I just can't do this anymore. And he was like, no, like I'm working on something, I have something planned, I'm coming back. And of course, at the time, I didn't understand it. I'm like, what do you? I wasn't cursing I wasn't cursing, but in my mind, I was just like saying to him, like verbally saying, like, what do you mean you have something planned? Like what do you? I can't take this anymore. Like, this is too painful. I'm not gonna cry. No. I said, I can't take this anymore. This is too painful. Like, why would you do this? Like this, like, this hurts me. I was like going off on him. And he just kept saying, like, he was just like, I have something planned. Like, I'm coming back. And I didn't understand what that meant. And I was just like, no, like, I just can't take this anymore. I'm leaving. And then he grabbed my hand and grabbed my hands. And he said, looked at me. I was like, I have something planned. I'm coming back. And I left. Like, I guess my soul went back to my body. And when I got out of my meditative state, I started hyperventilating. Like, I was like, mind you, I'm at work. So I have coworkers, and I'm trying to catch my breath. Like, I'm hyperventilating, and I started crying. And then my coworker, she's like, are you okay? Like, because she thought I was having a panic attack. And I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I was like literally I was like grasping for air. Like, I couldn't breathe. And she was like, she helped me outside. And I was literally I was like crying and hyperventilating. I was like, I can't breathe. So she took, like, I had a pinned up shirt. So she opened like my buttons on my shirt, and she's like, I was on the floor, and she was like, breathe. And I was like, I can't breathe. Like, I could not breathe. I couldn't breathe. And she was like, what happened? She's like, you literally closed your eyes for like 5 minutes, and then when you got back up, like, you couldn't breathe. I'm like, I don't know I didn't know what it was. I called my best friend, Bianca, and I told her what happened, and she's like, call your mom. And I said, and mind you, I still can't breathe, so I'm trying to get the words out, and she's like, she thought someone died. She was like, what's wrong? Where are you? I'm coming. Like, where are you? And I'm just like, I can't breathe. I'm like trying to breathe. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? And she's like, she's freaking out. So she starts crying. She's like, I'm coming to you. Like, where are you? And I'm just like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, mind you, I still can't breathe. And she's like, I'm going to call your mom. I'm going to call your mom. So my mom calls me. I tell my mom what happened. And mom is just like, you just astral projected. Because my mom is very spiritual. And I told her what happened, and she was like, when you get home, I'm going to make you a bath. I got home, she made me a bath, and while she was like brushing my hair, she made me like a spiritual bath. While she was brushing my hair, she took a bunch of herbs and she put it to the crown of my head, and she made my hair into a bun. And I'm like, Mommy, like, why are you putting leaves in my hair? She was like, this is going to like help your crown chakra. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, my mom is very spiritual. And she was like, yes, like, go to sleep. Like, go to sleep now. So I went to sleep. And then the next morning, my mind, was clear. Like, I couldn't even remember of what happened. And I was talking to my spirits. I'm just like, yo, like, please don't ever do that to me again. If he needs to talk to me, let him come to my face. Like, I don't ever want to go through that again. And ever since then, I've never astral project ever again. Like, I don't ever want to go through that again. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like, my body was like floating and I left my body. And I don't want to feel that again. It scared the crap out of me. And I told myself that this is my twin flame. That's how I knew that he was my twin flame. And what's crazy is that the next day he texted me. And he was asking me if I was okay. And I'm like, why are you asking me that? And he's like, I don't know. Something told me that I just needed to check up on you. And I'm like, I'm fine. I didn't tell him what happened. He probably still doesn't know what happened. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. He's just like, no, something just kind of just like sent something. And I just felt like I just needed to say something to you. And I'm just like, no, I'm fine. I did not tell him what happened. And I would never tell him what happened. I would never tell him that what happened. I would never tell him that. But I think he felt it too. I think he felt like us, like that. Like, I think he sensed that, like, felt that conversation that we had, because he kept asking me all these weird questions, like, oh, like, how do you feel? Like just asking me weird questions, like, oh, like, do you feel this way? Or like, did you sleep well? Or did you have dreams? Like, he was just asking me weird questions. And I'm just like, maybe he was a present for it. I don't know. It's just really weird. Really weird. And to my spirit guides, I never want to like have that happen. And then my best friend brought me tarot decks for my birthday. And then ever since then, I've been channeling through there. Like, that was my way of channeling. I don't ever want to channel through astral projection ever again. It was just too scary for me. It was just, I would never forget that day. Like, I'm the type of person, I journal my dreams, and every time I read that chapter in my journal, it takes me back to that day, and it's just like, I get goosebumps. I would never astral project again. It's just like, it was just, I'm getting emotional because it was, I can say that I astral projected in my lifetime, like, but I don't ever want to do that again. It's just it was too real. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Insidious, when the little boy just kind of astral projects and he leaves his body and he doesn't come back to his body. His body is just like a vegetable. But that's how I felt for 5 minutes. I literally felt that in 5 minutes. If you guys haven't seen that movie Insidious, I highly suggest it. If you're afraid of scary movies, don't watch it. But if you want to kind of get an experience of how astral projection works, or just like a visual of how astral projection is, watch that movie. like that movie is a visual representation of astral projection. Yeah, it's intense. It's intense. It's really intense. No, I don't like to cry on camera. And I mean, all if you look on my like all of my videos on YouTube, like my spiritual videos, like my Reiki videos, or my spiritual like Black women spirituality taboo videos, my video, I get really emotional when I talk about spirituality, or just like things that have happened to me, like with my spirituality, because I'm just passionate. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm just a passionate person. Like, I take my spirituality seriously. So I just, when I talk about things like that, it's just like I get really emotional sometimes. But yeah, I don't think I ever want to do that again. Every time I think about it, it gets me a little emotional because that was just something that came out of nowhere. I think my spirit guides made me do that, like made me go through that experience so that I can have a confirmation. It was a confirmation. I believe like me astral projecting was a confirmation that, you know, this, you're not crazy. Like this person, you do have a deep emotional bond with this person, and you're not crazy. Because sometimes I feel like when you have a twin flame and you're going through it, the motions of being in a twin flame, you could sometimes feel like you're crazy because it's kind of just like, well, I feel these type of emotions for this person. I feel this deep connection, and this person is denying the connection. Like, am I crazy? Like, is it just me? Like, am I the only person that's feeling this way? But I felt like when I did that astral projection, it was a confirmation that no, no, bitch, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. You know, like you're not crazy. So I feel like that was a confirmation for me. Yeah. They water the seeds. Yeah. I'm gonna start saying that. That's really dope. Okay, when you cry, it's the water that seeds you're planting. Oh, that's really dope. I'm gonna start using that. Um, Actually, I'm gonna start using that because I've never thought. Yeah, I'm gonna start using that. But yeah, but I'm glad I got that confirmation because now I don't feel so crazy. It's not me. So it's not me. I don't feel like it's me. Oh, thank you, Dominique. Thank you. Yeah, girl, it's it's a challenge. It really is a challenge because and I've just learned that I need to how do I say this? I've come to terms with a lot of things that I probably would never come to terms with regarding my spirituality and just my twin flame experience. I realized that I can't be selfish because in life you want things done your way. You want the person that you want to be with, you want that happy dynamic, you want to be in that relationship, but sometimes you can't only just think about yourself. You have to think about this person also has to go through a spiritual growth as well, and they have to leave you and they have to be with other people in order for them to grow. So I can't be selfish and just want this person with me because I'm ready. Like maybe that person hasn't done all the spiritual growth that they need to do in order for them to ultimately find their way back to me. You're not crazy. The universe and your spirit team will guide you and show you things, especially when you're not ready, because you are always ready. You just have to believe in it. I agree. I definitely agree. I agree that there's a lot of things that I was not ready for, but the universe was just like, we don't care. Like, we're gonna like push you and you're gonna have this tower moment, and you're going to just go through it and live through it. And like I said before, the universe doesn't give you things that you can't handle. Dominique, look here, we're on the same page. Love is selfless. I agree. And you releasing him was a testimony to love you. Exactly. And girl, you're gonna make me emotional because I totally agree. I'm not gonna cry. That won't be happening tonight. I believe that me releasing him was the best thing. Best thing for me. Best thing for me. And for him as well, because he has to go through his own spiritual growth. Like, I feel like me just holding on to that person is robbing him of his spiritual growth. Yeah, I'm not gonna cry. Nope, I'm not gonna cry. I feel like me doing that and being selfish is robbing that person of spiritual growth. Yeah, I can't do that. I just have to let this person learn their mistakes and, live. You know what I mean? Who's boyfriend? Oh, I had to just, let that person just. Hi from the UK. I just have to let that person just live their life and just be able to find. I just hope that my twin flame is. I just hope that my twin flame is healing. I'm not gonna cry. I always send my twin flame healing vibes, whether he's aware of it or not. He probably doesn't. He probably feels it, but yeah, I always send my twin flame healing vibes. I always I speak from experience, so thank you for being wrong. Candy, your story is... Oh, thank you. I try to be as raw as possible when it comes to my spirituality, because I feel like other people can learn from it. And if other people can learn from it, that my soul mission is to its peak. Like, it's about to hit its peak, because I do feel like I embody, or I have a lot of knowledge stored in me. And when I do get to have these conversations with people, strangers, which I love to talk to strangers. I love having conversations, like deep conversations with other people. It's because I just feel like it just helps me express. Because if you guys don't know me, maybe Brittany, if she's still here, she knows me because I've known her since I was in middle school. But I've never been expressive. Like, no, I would never express my feelings. I would never cry. You would never see me crying, ever. So, because my friends would always tell me, like, if you see Cynthia cry, it's something serious, because she does not cry. So, I've always been that way. But it's so crazy how now things have flipped a complete 180. Now I just cry, like, because I'm emotional. And that never used to happen. That never used to happen. I would never cry. I would always, because I always believed that life is hard. You have to be hard. We don't have time to sit around and cry. I've always been that type of person. It's crazy how things have changed. I'm not that way anymore. Now I cry. Like, if I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry. If I get emotional, I'm going to cry. And I've never been that way. Never. And I just realized that me healing my past life traumas have helped me to be a lot more expressive, because I feel like once you heal all the past trauma, because I feel like, which I said in the other live, so watch the other live, healing is limitless. You don't have a time frame on healing. I hate when people say, oh, I've healed from that, now I can move on to the next thing. That's not true. Healing is limitless. There is no final end all be all to your healing. Healing is timeless. I feel like even though I've accumulated all of this knowledge and I've accumulated all of this spiritual growth, I am still healing. Like, healing is a process. Healing is time, My spiritual journey began through tears. Yeah. My spiritual journey became, like, started off with me having an emotional breakdown last year, and that emotional breakdown, I told myself I would never do that again. I would never go through that again. Like, I would never put myself in the position that I put myself in last year. Like, and I do believe that I allowed myself to be in that position because of past traumas and abandonment issues. You know what I mean? So, but things have changed. I feel like I did go through a huge breakthrough last year, and I'm forever grateful for it because it taught me so many things about myself and how I go about different relationships in my life and just like partnerships. And you purge your spirit. Yeah, I did. It was a huge purge. Like, I literally was like in the middle of the restaurant with two of my friends, and when I tell you an emotional breakdown, people were staring at me. Like, it was like like I was like on my knees, like I was crying, and I was just like, if I would have had an outer body experience just watching myself, I would slap myself. I would slap myself like, if you don't get through this, and but in life you can't go about life that way. You can't go about situations like that. You have to purge, and I had to release that person like out of me, and I think I did. Thank you, my skin glowing and popping. Thank you. I tried grabbing moisturizing. So I had to let it go. I had to release that. I feel like I had to release the dead weight, and I felt like that's what I had, a lot of dead weight last year. And I feel like once you feel good about yourself, you work hard on yourself spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, you attract different people in your lives. And I did. I attracted and I manifested new people in my life. People that I used to hang out with and be friends with, I don't talk to them anymore. My tribe has changed. My spiritual tribe has changed. Like, and it's crazy. Like, people that I thought that would never come into my life or in my life. Like, I manifested love. I manifested new friends. Like, I manifested new situations in my life. I manifested new pathways. And I never thought that I would do things like that. Like, it's crazy. And you know, when people say that a lot can change in a year, I am a living testimony. I am. Question. What's your question? Old illusions falling away and true you breaking through. So painful but good, and old friends fall away because you don't have anything in common anymore. Exactly. And I tell people that all the time. Like, and people get sad when they lose friends that they're no longer not spiritually, but just like connected to, because you know these are people that you've known for a while, but like if they're not meant to be in your spiritual path, they're just not meant to be in your spiritual path. You can always have love and send love to them, and you can send healing vibes to them, but it's just like they're not supposed to be on your path. Like, you're destined for something a lot more greater. That's something that they might not be able to walk the same path as you. Like, you are destined for something greater. And it's not that they're not destined for something greater, but they're destined for other great opportunities. It's just like the opportunity that you have is a spiritual opportunity. You know what I mean? They can have a financial opportunity. They can have, you know, other opportunities, but for you, it's just a spiritual opportunity that the universe is giving you, because the universe sees that this is something that you can be able to take on, because not a lot of people could take on the spiritual journey. This spiritual journey is hard. It's not easy. What's your question, Dominique? I believe I'm going through that now. I know it's hard. Like, do not give up. Like, the rewards that you receive after you've gone through the rough patch or the hard patch is limitless. Like, your rank in spirituality is going to be God sent. So I always see it that way. I always see it as my rank in spirituality will be boundless. I'm limitless. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a goddess. I'm gonna be a dope ancestor. During my past life regression work, I think I astral projected in the room. My aunt was, oh my God, girl. I've never seen this in my day in my life. No. Girl, you scare me. I confronted with my grandmother now. How do I use this knowledge? Past life karmic knowledge. Oh, wow. That's deep. Okay, that's deep. I'm not even gonna lie. Wow. Okay. I confirmed it with my grandma. Okay. Well, it depends. Okay. First of all, don't tell me what the knowledge is. Don't tell me what the secret is. What you can do with the knowledge that you do have. But it depends, though. Because does this knowledge affect the family? Past life. It won't. Girl, you're going to have to DM me. DM me on Instagram so we could figure this out. Because I don't. It's like you're telling me bits and pieces of the situation, and I don't know. Like, don't put it on YouTube. Like, DM me, private message me, please. How do you protect yourself from meditating in psychic courts? Yes, please DM me. Like, seriously, on Instagram. My Instagram is in the description box. How do I protect yourself from negativity and psychic courts? What I do to protect myself is that I don't have it on me right now, but I actually keep tourmaline on me. Tourmaline is such a good property because tourmaline is actual crystal. Tourmaline actually gave a client one too because she was just around a lot of negativity. The tourmaline is a good crystal because it's a crystal that protects you from bad energies, and it's also a great way to protect yourself, like tangibly. Like, it's something that you can keep on yourself. I keep on myself in my purse. Like, anywhere I go, I keep it on my purse. I like sage, but I particularly like dragon blood sage. I have dragon blood sage in my shop if you guys want to get some. But I use dragon blood sage. I actually have it in my room. Oh, I should have brought it with me. But I have dragon blood sage in my room that I light all the time. Dragon blood sage is good for protection and is also good to clear out your space. So when people come into your life, I think that's you that DM me. When people come into your life or come into your space, as far as your house or just like your space, it's good to light dragon blood sage because it kind of just like removes all of the ill will out of your life. If you want something a lot more stronger than sage, because people think that sage is the end all be all to helping you protect your space, is copal. I live by copal. I love copal. Copal is so good. And I believe in either the white copal, and there's another one that's just like a pure raw Mexican copal. I'm going to put that on my site because a lot of people have been asking me about copal, and I'm going to add that on my shop, on my site. But copal is a lot stronger than sage, Palo Santo. Like, it's like the purest form of protecting yourself. So I do like copal. Copal burns. Is Copal on shop? LOL. No, I'm adding Copal to the shop this weekend. So make sure you guys are following my business Instagram, because my business Instagram, Just Sin Roy, it's gonna be there. I'm adding it to the site because copal is such a good property, because copal is the purest form of protecting yourself. A lot of Mexicans like copal. When I went to Mexico, I saw so much copal. Like, people were like copal everywhere because copal is like the purest form of protecting yourself. Yeah, I have the dragon blood sage in my shop. It's really good. I should go get some. It's in my room. It's just sage, but it has like a red resin on it, like it's actual dragon blood resin on it, and it's actually good for protection. I use it all the time because it protects you, and it also brings in love and money. So if y'all want that love and y'all want that money, dragon blood sage is good. I found that the other day too. That's amazing too. Yes, for the Inska too. But the copal, I'm adding the copal at the end of the week on my site because I had a lot of people come to me People are afraid of mirrors, but I keep them in a reading room with copal and sage. Yes, sage and copal together is good, but the copal is a lot stronger than sage, and the copal is the copal burns a lot better than sage, because you guys do know that when you light sage, it takes a while for sage to actually light, but the copal, once you light it, it has like a big, like a big fuse, not a big fuse. The smoke, it's a lot of smoke, so be careful. Like when you light it, you might get like a little apprehensive because it's a lot of smoke. But if you like copal in your house, like it'll clear out everything. Yes, it's okay for pets because sage, dragon blood, and copal, they're good for clearing your space. I think it's like 98%. It clears airborne diseases, like 98% of airborne diseases. So it's okay for pets. I actually have a dog. My dog actually loves the sage. Like he loves the sage. Yeah. So sage is good, or copal. The copal is good too. But you could like the copal that I'm gonna be sending on my site. It's gonna be like a big pack, so it'll have like a big like chunks, like little chunks of copal in it, and you could just take one chunk and just light it, so you don't have to light the whole thing. But I'm gonna add the copal to the site at the end of the week, because I was actually because every time before I add anything to my site, I like to like actually study it, and because I really care about the things that I'm putting on my site. I just don't want to put anything on my site. So I had the dragon blood sage, the regular sage, the palo santo. I have my black girl magic kits. So if you guys want black girl magic kits, it's on there, and my spiritual candles. I'm very serious about what I put on my site, and my spiritual candles, I make them from scratch. So if you guys want the spiritual candles, you guys can get the spiritual candles. And I have spiritual candles for manifesting money, manifesting love, self-love. I have one for conjuring, if you guys want to conjure anything. I have road opener candles. Like I make them from scratch, and I put a lot of love into them. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this already, because I make candles all the time, and you guys see me like cultivating them and creating them. Like I take it really seriously. And I put a lot of love in it when I make my candles. But copal is really good. I'm gonna incorporate it more because it's a lot strange. It's a lot stronger than the sage. Because I have sage here. Like if you guys can see, I have sage in this little thing right here. Oh, it's a fall. And I like that. Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, Michaela, I did send you a candle, Michaela. Well, the candle that I sent you, the first candle I sent you, it's completely different how I make them now. Like how I make them now are completely different. Like really different. But I love making those candles because I make them from scratch. I put my Reiki oil in them because you guys know I do Reiki. So I put my Reiki oils in them. I fuse them with my Reiki oil, and then I put it's just, I love making them. I love making them. Yes, girl. I have a discount code when you buy on my shop. It's just sin. You get money off your orders. The manifesting the bag. I have a candle called Manifesting the Bag. That one's been selling out. To help you manifest the bag, help you manifest this coins, the money. But yeah, that's the one that's always selling out. And I have the Black Girl Magic Self Love candle. That one's selling out too. I'm always making that candle. I love making that candle because I make it from scratch. Like I gotta get the pink wax. Like I love making candles. And they smell like candy apples. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm my business. I'm gonna keep going. I love my business. I'm helping people. I'm helping people with their readings. I'm helping people with Reiki. You know, I love it. I love being an entrepreneur. I don't like working for anybody. So I love being an entrepreneur. Yeah, I love it. I wouldn't change it in the world, but y'all gotta try the Dragon Blood Sage. I love the Dragon Blood Sage. I need to like restock because I ended up selling out, but I still have a couple more pieces left. But if you guys have any more questions, let me know because I would love to answer them before I get off. But I am gonna come back on live because you guys seem to like these lives. I'm going to come back on live and talk on some other topics with you guys. There is one particular topic that I do want to talk with you guys about, but I don't know if you guys are going to be ready for that. But hopefully, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. I just had a ringing in my ear. Yeah. Those ringing in your ears, I swear, I'm getting a ringing in my ear. Yeah. But if you guys have any more questions, let me know. And please, Dominique, please DM me. I think you already did DM me. Because I don't know what that is about, but we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay, Dominique, I got your DM. Yeah, I talked about that in my last live about the ringing of the ear. If you want to know what that's all about, check that live out because I literally go into depth about the ringing of the ear. The ringing of the ear is your spirit guides trying to like communicate with you. So I always tell people when you hear that ringing in your ear, like just like pay attention, like literally listen to what's being said or what you hear. But you guys, I'm going to get off live. I love you guys so much. I will talk to you guys in my next live. In the next live, I'm going to probably have a poll on my Instagram about the next live. So make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. I did leave both of my Instagrams down below. One is my business page where you guys can see all my candles, the sage, the dragon blood, the copal. Everything will be on there and how to use things, my yoni eggs and wands. They're all going to be on that particular page, and that's the Just Sin Roy. That's my business page. And then if you guys want to follow my personal page, is Cynthia_Roy. So all of that will be in the description box. Also, if you guys want to book a reading with me, it's in the description box. And if you guys want to shop with me, it's in the description box. So I love you guys so much. I'm going to go. If you guys need any help, please DM me. My DMs, I go through them, and yes, I actually read them. So don't be shy. Like, slide in my DMs for like knowledge purposes. Okay, slide in my DM because you need help. You slide in my DMs for other reasons. But yes, guys, I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.